Manchester United make move for Antoine Semenyo but face battle with Liverpool. Welcome to United News, your trusted source for Manchester United transfer news. Today we have an exciting development in the January transfer window race. Manchester United have reportedly made their move for one of the Premier League's most impressive wingers this season. Stay with us as we break down everything you need to know about this potential signing and why it matters for United's rebuild. Who is Antoine Semenyo? Before we get into the transfer details, let us talk about the player Manchester United are targeting. Antoine Semenyo is a 25-year-old winger who plays for Bournemouth and represents Ghana at international level. This season, Semenyo has been one of the standout performers in the Premier League. He plays with energy, directness, and confidence that makes him a constant threat. Whether he is running at defenders, making runs behind the defense, or pressing opponents, Semenyo brings intensity to every match. At 25 years old, Semenyo is at the perfect age for Manchester United. He is experienced enough to make an immediate impact but young enough to be a long-term investment. He has proven he can perform at Premier League level, which means there would be less risk compared to signing players from other leagues. But what makes Semenyo special? What has caught the attention of multiple top clubs? Let us look at what makes him such an attractive target. What Pep Guardiola said about Semenyo. Sometimes the best way to understand how good a player is comes from listening to opposing managers. And when Pep Guardiola praises a player, you know that player has serious quality. Before Manchester City faced Bournemouth at the Etihad Stadium on November 2nd, Guardiola spoke about Semenyo. His comments were remarkable in their enthusiasm. He's an extraordinary player, Guardiola said. Notice he used the word extraordinary 3 times. That is not something Pep does casually. He continued, his energy, his confidence, his movement, unbelievable. He doesn't stop running, he attacks space so well, and when he has the ball, you feel something will happen. This is exactly the kind of player Manchester United need. Someone with endless energy. Someone who attacks space intelligently. Someone who makes things happen when he gets the ball. These are qualities that have been missing from United's attack for too long. Guardiola added, he's improving every game. Players like him make this league special, always hungry, always brave. When the best manager in the world describes you as extraordinary 3 times and says you make the Premier League special, that tells you everything. Semenyo is the real deal. Manchester United make their move. According to reports, Manchester United have now made contact with Semenyo's agent and presented an offer for the 25-year-old winger. This represents a significant step in the transfer process. An account on X with almost 700,000 followers, run by a team of reporters, claimed this as an exclusive story. They reported that a meeting took place on Wednesday between United officials and Semenyo's agent, signaling United's serious interest. Now, we need to be careful here. This particular account has a mixed reputation when it comes to transfer news. While respected journalists like David Ornstein from The Athletic have cited them in the past, it is always wise to treat any transfer story with some caution until confirmed by multiple reliable sources. However, Team Talk, a reliable transfer source, can confirm that Manchester United are indeed keen on Semenyo. So while we cannot verify every detail of the reported meeting, we can confirm that United's interest is genuine and serious. The fact that United are making moves in January shows how much they want to strengthen their squad. They are not waiting until summer. They see Semenyo as someone who can make a difference right now. The release clause situation. Here is some important information about how this transfer could happen. Semenyo has a release clause in his contract at Bournemouth. The clause is set at £60 million plus a further £5 million in add-ons. That works out to approximately €73.6 million or $84.9 million. A release clause changes the dynamics of any transfer. Bournemouth cannot refuse to sell if a club triggers that clause. They have no choice in the matter. This means that if Manchester United are willing to pay £65 million in total, they can sign Semenyo regardless of whether Bournemouth want to sell or not. Is £60 to £65 million a fair price for Semenyo? In today's market, for a 25-year-old Premier League proven winger who is improving every season, that price is actually quite reasonable. English clubs typically pay premium prices for proven Premier League players, and Semenyo certainly falls into that category. The question is whether United are willing to spend that much in January when they are also planning a massive summer overhaul. Spending £65 million now means less money available in the summer. But if Semenyo can help United finish in the top for this season, that Champions League money would more than pay for his transfer fee. Why United want Semenyo? Manchester United's interest in Semenyo is not random. There are specific reasons why Ruben Amorim and his team have identified the Bournemouth winger as a target. First, his versatility. Team Talk's transfer insider Dean Jones has reported that Semenyo's versatility is appreciated by Manchester United. The club believes he could play in a number of roles, including wingback. This is crucial. Amorim uses a 3-4-3 system where wingbacks are incredibly important. They need to defend, attack, cover huge amounts of ground, and provide width. Finding players who can excel in those positions is difficult. Semenyo has the physical attributes to play wingback. He has the energy to get up and down the pitch all game. He has the defensive awareness to help protect the back three. And he has the attacking quality to create chances and score goals going forward. Currently, Amad Diallo has been playing at wingback for United, and while he has done well, having more support and competition for that position would be valuable. Semenyo could provide exactly that. Beyond the tactical fit, Semenyo also brings qualities that United have been missing. He is brave. He is hungry. He never stops running. These are the kinds of attributes that Ruben Amorim demands from his players. Remember what Amorim said after the Everton defeat about wanting his players to fight more? Semenyo is exactly the kind of player who brings that intensity and desperation to every match. He would raise the energy levels of the entire team. United's secret weapon. Here is a fascinating detail that could help Manchester United in this transfer battle. Bournemouth's technical director is Simon Francis, and sources have told Team Talk that Francis is a lifelong Manchester United fan. This is significant. Technical directors play important roles in transfer decisions. While they cannot force a player to join a specific club, they can influence the process in subtle ways. Team Talk understands that Francis will try to convince Semenyo to move to Old Trafford should United trigger his release clause. Having someone inside Bournemouth who wants the player to join United could be valuable. Francis could speak positively about United to Semenyo. He could talk about the history of the club, the size of the opportunity, and what it would mean for Semenyo's career to play at Old Trafford. These conversations matter, especially when a player is deciding between multiple big clubs. Of course, Francis also has to act in Bournemouth's best interests. He cannot do anything that would hurt his own club. But if Semenyo is leaving anyway through the release clause, Francis might at least try to steer him toward the club he has supported all his life. The Liverpool problem. Here is the complication that Manchester United face. They are not the only big club interested in Antoine Semenyo. Liverpool are also keen, and according to multiple sources, Liverpool are currently ahead in the race. Sources have told Team Talk that Liverpool are ahead in the race to sign Semenyo. Even more concerning for United, Semenyo's preference is reportedly to move to Anfield and play for the defending Premier League champions. This makes complete sense from Semenyo's perspective. Liverpool are top of the Premier League table. They are playing brilliant football under Arne Slot. They are in the Champions League. They look like genuine title contenders. Manchester United, by contrast, are 10th in the table. They are not in the Champions League this season. They just lost at home to 10-man Everton. If you are a player choosing between Liverpool and United right now, Liverpool seems like the obvious choice. This is the challenge United face in the transfer market. They are not the attractive destination they used to be. Players who have multiple options will often choose clubs that are doing better than United. So even though United have made their move, and even though they have Simon Francis potentially helping them, overcoming Liverpool's advantage will be difficult. What happens in a transfer battle? When two big clubs want the same player, several factors determine who wins. Money matters, obviously. If one club offers significantly more than the other, that can sway things. But in this case, both United and Liverpool have the financial resources to trigger Semenyo's release clause. so money probably will not be the deciding factor. The project matters. What vision can each club sell to the player? Liverpool can say, "Join us, we are winning trophies right now. You will compete for the Premier League and Champions League immediately." United have to sell a different story. "Join us, be part of a major rebuild, help us get back to the top level." The manager matters. Arne Slot is doing brilliantly at Liverpool. Ruben Amorim is still trying to prove himself at United. If you are Semenyo, which manager would you rather play for right now? The role matters. Where will Semenyo play at each club? Will he be a guaranteed starter? Will he play in his preferred position? These questions will factor into his decision. The wages matter. If United are willing to pay significantly higher wages than Liverpool, that could make a difference. But Liverpool are not a poor club, and they can match most offers if they really want a player. Taking all these factors together, you can see why sources are saying Liverpool are ahead. They have more advantages than United right now. The January versus summer debate. One interesting question is whether this transfer happens in January or the summer. There are arguments for both timing. For a January move, the advantage is that United get the player sooner. If Semenyo can help United finish in the top 4, the Champions League revenue would pay for his transfer fee and then some. Also, getting him integrated into Amorim's system now means he is ready for next season. Against a January move, there are concerns about disrupting Bournemouth mid-season. Clubs generally prefer not to sell key players in January unless they get huge money. Also, United might need that £65 million for other signings in the summer given the massive clear-out being planned. For Bournemouth, keeping Semenyo until summer makes sense. They are in a relegation battle. Losing one of their best players in January could hurt their survival chances. But again, if a club triggers the release clause, they have no choice. For Semenyo himself, joining a new club mid-season can be challenging. He would need time to adapt to new teammates, a new system, and new expectations. But at 25 years old and with Premier League experience, he should be able to handle that transition. The most likely scenario is that this happens in the summer unless United or Liverpool push really hard for a January deal. How this fits United's rebuild. If we think about the reports of United potentially selling 11 players in the summer, signing someone like Semenyo makes sense. He represents the profile United want. Young enough to be part of the future, proven in the Premier League, versatile enough to play multiple positions, and brings the intensity and work rate that Amorim demands. If Marcus Rashford leaves, United need attacking reinforcements. If United sell multiple players, they need to bring in players who can contribute immediately. Semenyo fits both needs. The wing-back position is particularly important in Amorim's system. Right now, United are relying heavily on Amad Diallo in that role. Adding Semenyo would give them more options and allow them to rotate players without losing quality. From a financial perspective, spending £65 million on Semenyo is significant but manageable, especially if United are about to generate hundreds of millions from player sales. What United fans should think. If you are a Manchester United supporter, how should you feel about this potential signing? Be excited about the player. Semenyo is exactly the kind of energetic, hard-working, talented winger United need. He would bring qualities that have been missing from the team. And he is Premier League proven, which reduces the risk. Be realistic about the competition. Liverpool are ahead in this race, and convincing Semenyo to choose United over Liverpool will be difficult. Do not get your hopes up too high only to be disappointed. Be encouraged that United are actively pursuing targets. The fact that they are having meetings with agents and making offers shows they are serious about strengthening the squad. This is what fans want to see. Be aware this might not happen until summer. Even if United win this race, the transfer might not be completed in January. Patience will be required. What happens next? Over the coming days and weeks, this story will develop. We will hear more reports about meetings, offers, and which club is leading the race. Some reports will be accurate, others will be speculation. The key things to watch for are whether United or Liverpool make a formal approach to Bournemouth, whether anyone triggers the release clause, what Semenyo himself says about his future, whether Bournemouth try to negotiate a new contract with a higher release clause. January transfer windows are always unpredictable. Things can change quickly. A deal that seems certain can collapse overnight, and a transfer that seems impossible can happen suddenly. Final thoughts from United News. Manchester United have made their move for Antoine Semenyo, a player who could genuinely improve their squad. The interest is real, the approach has been made, and United are serious about signing him. But Liverpool are ahead in the race, and convincing Semenyo to choose Old Trafford over Anfield will be a major challenge. United's secret weapon in Simon Francis might help, but it might not be enough. What we can say is this: Semenyo is an excellent player who would strengthen Manchester United. He fits Ruben Amorim's system. He brings the energy and intensity the team needs. And at £65 million, he represents decent value in today's market. Whether United can actually get this deal done remains to be seen. But the fact they are trying is encouraging. It shows ambition. It shows they understand what kind of players they need. And it shows they are willing to compete with the best clubs for top targets. Here at United News, we will track this story closely. As soon as there are new developments, we will bring them to you with honest analysis and reliable information. Thank you for trusting us as your source for Manchester United news. Stay with us for all the latest on Semenyo and every other transfer target United are pursuing. Come on, United!